One of the best things about solo travel is what you learn about yourself along the way. But booking that first trip can be daunting. That's why we've put together some of our favorite tips to help you feel more comfortable when traveling alone. Hey, I'm Tom from Pack Hacker, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and ringing that bell icon for notifications. Instead of waiting for your schedule to align with friends or family, solo travel allows you to get up and go whenever and wherever you want. Plus, it's a great time to get introspective, eat, pray, love style. This video is sponsored by Backcountry, a company that is all about getting out there and experiencing new things. So stay tuned for an exclusive discount later on in this video, and let's dive in. Solo travel is a great opportunity for growth, and it's good to find the right balance between challenging yourself and having fun. And the best is when both of these combine. Knowing what you're able to handle without getting overwhelmed is crucial. If that means going somewhere that's fluent in your native language so that you can navigate easier, that's okay. Don't feel bad building your way up to places outside of your comfort zone. However, if you play to your strengths, you'll be able to solve a problem before it becomes one. Download maps on your phone ahead of time if you're bad with directions, and leave early to avoid missing a train. More confident types may feel comfortable striking up a conversation with strangers, so consider staying in a hostel or bar hopping. If you're more of a wallflower, try posting up at a restaurant patio where you can people watch without being disturbed. Personality types aside, it is great to get some practice in before your trip. Go out to eat by yourself or take a day trip to an unfamiliar city near your home to get used to exploring solo. We've said this before and we will say it again. Pack light. Unlike when you travel with a group, you'll be carrying everything around yourself. Leave behind extra shoes and clothing to reduce the weight of your bag. On the plus side, any snacks you bring are all yours. So no more hangry arguing with your friend who doesn't know the word share. Check out the links in the description below for some detailed packing tips on how to cut down. Another thing to consider is your luggage. No one is around to watch your bag while you run to the bathroom, so try to reduce it to a carry-on and personal item at most. The Osprey, Farpoint, and Fairview are great options for first-time solo travelers. They're similar bags, but the Fairview is designed for smaller frames. Both have a 40-liter capacity, which means you can stretch the one-bag travel limits and bring that extra sweater if it eases your mind. A sling is great for keeping smaller gear like a passport, wallet, and phone close to your body. You can get some shut-eye while you're at the airport or on public transit without worrying about theft. Before hitting the road, you want to make sure that you have your gear dialed in. The best part about preparing for solo travel is finding what works for you, both in what you pack and how you plan. Here at Pack Hacker, we put products to the test through reviews and guides aimed at helping you select the best gear for you. That's why we've partnered with Backcountry. They have hundreds of gearheads to help answer your questions via web chat, email, and phone. Those folks are just like us, seasoned travelers committed to great gear for even greater adventures. Plus, they have a solid selection of products to choose from. Use the code down in the description below, PackHacker15, for 15% off your first order at backcountry.com. Some exclusions may apply. That's 15% off gear, bags, and travel accessories. So get out there, explore, and find your backcountry wherever that may be. And let's get back into the tips. When traveling alone, you'll be footing the bill yourself. That means no splitting meals or transportation costs with a friend unless you happen to make one along the way. It may not be an issue for everyone, but it's worth factoring that into your budget while you're planning. Some travel amenities will also charge for what's called a single supplement. This is a premium fee for solo travelers who book tours or rooms designed for groups of 2 or more. Since they aren't making money off of a second person, they'll charge you extra to make up the difference. Some companies will pair you with another solo traveler if you ask, or you can just look at the fine print to see if the single supplement exists. One last thing to consider is travel insurance. It covers most accidents that happen abroad, but some also reimburse you if you have to cancel. You can find it through third-party providers. However, make sure to check in with your own insurance first, as they may cover things or offer add-ons. Certain credit cards will also offer coverage too. Though she was with friends, our editor Lauren was happy to have car insurance when they popped a tire while in Ireland. Insurance won't stop things from going wrong. However, it can prevent that uh-oh, what now feeling. Traveling solo is a chance to be spontaneous, however, a little planning doesn't hurt. So take the time to prioritize on what you want to get out of your trip. That way, when you get to your destination, you can get started on your sightseeing and pick up other ideas along the way. Look up restaurants and destinations that you want to see before you get there. Mark businesses on Google Maps using their Want to Go feature so you can reference it when it's time to find food or an activity. You'll cut down on time when deciding what to do next if you don't happen to find something better. You can also talk to locals to see what places they recommend and what you should skip. However, be realistic on how much you're cramming in. Avoid burning out early by taking a night in if that's what you think you need. Since you don't have a travel companion, there's absolutely zero pressure to keep someone else happy with your travel plans. Getting takeout and people watching from your local hotel balcony can be just as exciting as a night out in the city. Once all of your documents are up to date and you've confirmed any necessary visas, you'll want to keep that information on hand at all times. Take photos and keep them secure on your phone or your computer so you have them on you at all times in case you lose the real documents. It's also worth creating a spreadsheet with any key travel info you have, including flights, key dates, and where you're staying. Share this info with select family or friends so that they know where to find you in case of emergency. It'll also help keep you organized. Without someone to wake you up when you sleep through your alarm, you'll need to make it to your flight all on your own. However, the great thing about traveling solo is that if you do miss a flight or tour, it doesn't impact anyone else's trip. That said, there still may be consequences if you arrive late at your destination. Some hotels, hostels, and Airbnbs have limited check-in times, so make sure to factor that in when you're looking for places to stay. It may be good to find something that allows for a later check-in time if you need some flexibility. Even when you're in a foreign country, technology is a tool that can help you feel right at home. If you get a local SIM card or pay for travel Wi-Fi, you can stay in touch with friends and family. Plus, you may want to consider sharing your location with a few people so that they can check in every once in a while. Other small gear may seem insignificant, but can make a huge difference. Noise-canceling headphones or old-fashioned earplugs will help you sleep if you end up bunking with a snoring stranger. On the other hand, if you have an extra plug converter, you can share it with someone and make a friend. Download an app like Google Translate to help with the communication barrier and make it easier to communicate. You can translate by speaking or scanning a portion or text so you can quickly ask for directions or order at a restaurant. And though it may make you look like a tourist, consider bringing a tripod or selfie stick to take photos. That way you won't have to hand off your phone to a stranger to get that Instagram-worthy pic. We've already mentioned a few safety tips in this video. However, it's good to go into more detail. You want to be careful when traveling with a large group, but it's even more important when you're completely alone. Choose gear that adds an extra layer of protection so you don't always have to think about it. The PackSafe MetroSafe backpack is slash-proof and lockable. And one strap even detaches so you can secure the bag around a table or chair. Or check out a low-profile lock like the HipLock Z-Lock to add the same security. When completing your booking, look for places in more populated areas or with reliable transportation so you don't have to rush home before dark. For added safety, bring along a portable travel lock that you install from the inside to help prevent intruders. They're also great for public restrooms or for doors that won't lock. Now that solo travel has given you the opportunity to get to know yourself more, it is important to trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Full stop. Even if you've already paid for a tour or lodging, it's better to be safe and miss it than run into a problem you can't get out of. Even if it's your first time solo traveling, there are ways to make it look like it's not. Put in one wireless headphone and listen to directions as you walk, rather than staring at a map. You'll be able to enjoy the scenery and look like you know where you're going. It's also handy for walking around at night, but check your route ahead of time and stay alert. Our contributing writer Randaya likes Jaybird Vista headphones because of the lasting charge and comfortable fit. One of my favorite things to do while solo traveling is just to pick a direction and walk. It allows me to get familiar with the area and see local culture rather than sticking to touristy spots. My full attention is able to be on the sights, sounds, and smells versus walking and chatting with a travel buddy. I even make notes of places to go later if I don't have time to explore them right away. If you're less comfortable with alone time, find some outdoor seating at a restaurant or public area. Read an ebook for something to do, or opt for a physical book as a natural conversation starter with other patrons. When you finally realize that you haven't spoken more than 10 words over the course of a few days, it might be time to meet some people. Strike up a conversation with strangers, whether it's a waiter, bartender, or other travelers at your hostel. Local folks will have great recommendations of places to see that you may have otherwise missed. Even if you've downloaded Google Translate like we mentioned earlier, it's also a good idea just to learn a couple of common phrases in the native language. Some locals may appreciate the effort, and remember, this trip is about growth anyways. You can also choose accommodations that are naturally more social. Apps like couchsurfing or renting a room at an Airbnb save you money and are a great way to make friends if you're going to be in one area for a while. Or a hostel is filled with travelers just like you, and they can point you in the direction of something fun they've already done. You may even find a buddy who wants to do the same thing. And that's how you beat the single supplement we mentioned earlier. If you're the shy type, now is the time to really stretch those wings and get out of your comfort zone. One final tip, and perhaps the most important one of all, don't be afraid to make mistakes. You can plan ahead and prepare, though things may still go wrong. Sometimes that restaurant you were planning to go to is closed or a temple is under construction. So as long as you roll with the punches, those smaller inconveniences won't become bigger beasts. Solo travel is a chance to grow and challenge yourself, whatever that means for you. If you get scammed by a street vendor or miss a planned tour, laugh it off and take it as a lesson for next time. And since you're alone, there is no one to please but yourself. If you decide you want to sleep in instead of getting up early to watch the sunrise, it's 100% up to you. Go luxury or stretch every dollar. As long as you're having fun, you're on the right track. Traveling alone is a great way to learn more about yourself and the world at the same time. So let loose, enjoy every second, and take some time to breathe. So there you have it, our top 10 tips to get you started on your solo travel adventure. Make sure to check out the link down in the description below and use code PACKHACKER15 for 15% off your first order at backcountry.com. And remember, some of the best tips come from you, the Packhacker community, right here on YouTube. So please leave your best solo travel tip down in the comments below, or a funny solo travel story that you can share with the community. Thanks for keeping it here at Packhacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we will see you in the next video.